What is the today's state of the art with Lean?
Well, the state of the art with Lean today is some good news and some bad news. The good news is there are some nice examples of companies where the people are engaged, the leaders have a good understanding of Lean principles and practices. They are leading by example, and they engage and energize the people. They practice Kaizen with a at a very high level. But this tends to be the exception and not the rule. And the rule that we find out there is that there's much effort to try to practice Lean, but not so much in the way of good results, especially compared to the organizations that practice Kaizen very well. So the good news is we have nice examples, and the bad news is we have large areas, many businesses that still do not understand Lean and are unable to practice it effectively.
In your book, The Triumph of Classical Management over Lean Management, you write that the success rate for Lean transformation is widely believed to be just 3 to 5% for companies of all sizes. Could you tell us what you mean and why classical management undermines Lean transformation?
Yes, unfortunately, we do not have very good data to say whether the 3 or 5% number is accurate scientifically. It is more of an anecdotal figure based upon what we see, and some of it has to do with how we define success in Lean transformation. And so I define success in Lean transformation as having achieved material and information flow in your main business processes, both in the office and in the shop. And of course, there's always improvement to be made in material and information flow and so on. But I mean, a basic requirement is to achieve flow. And if you achieve that, most likely you have achieved it by applying both continuous improvement and respect for people, not solely continuous improvement. So you have to do some checking to make sure. But assuming you have a definition like that they have achieved flow, then they've realized many benefits in terms of employee engagement, quality improvement, lead time reduction, cost reduction, and so on. And what the book Triumph of Classical Management talks about is the reason why it is has been so difficult for organizations to achieve this kind of success. There's basically, when you ask the question, what is Lean management, that results in two new questions, or two other questions. The first question is, how do you succeed with Lean? And so I did research for many years based upon my experience with Lean in industry of why that happens or how to achieve success. But the other research question is, why is it so difficult to be successful with Lean? And so I pursue that question as well, which most people do not pursue. And what I find is culminating in this book, Triumph of Classical Management. And what it shows is there are traditions that go back hundreds of years that remain with us today in the management of organizations, in the management of business processes, in the management of people that prevent advancement forward into a better, more modern, more advanced form of management that we need today for today's challenges in business, as well as challenges more generally in the global environment.